Today, we're going to discuss about the use of Eulerian and Hamiltonian paths for shuttle services in navigating through the traffic. The outline of this presentation. First, the introduction. Objective, graph theory, Eulerian path, Hamiltonian path, and its application. Introduction. The COVID-19 pandemic halted mass public transport, and companies started to utilize shuttle services to service employees to and from the company, as they have to maintain skeletal workforce. As quarantine measures relaxed, more vehicles appeared on the road, making streets congested. As the shuttle services get stuck on the road, more expense are due because of the loss of time and the use of more fuel in traffic. Examples of traffic in major thoroughfares is EDSA. The objectives of this presentation: to use Eulerian and Hamiltonian graphs in helping company shuttle services navigate through major thoroughfares, to provide self-made examples to further elaborate the Eulerian and Hamiltonian graphs. Graph theory. Graph theory states that nodes that are connected by edges to each other are called a graph. Both Eulerian and Hamiltonian paths are part of the graph theory wherein it solves problems such as traffic flow and etc. It is stated that every path or circuit is made out of two or more nodes and connected by edges. Paths are graphs that has no way to return to its origin, and ones that can are called circuit. The degree of nodes or vertex refers to how many edges are connected to a node. Eulerian path. Eulerian path was made by Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler. Eulerian path is a type of graph that will visit every node exactly once. His theorem states that all nodes must have an even degree and must go through all the vertices to be considered a type of Eulerian circuit. If there exists an odd degree of nodes, then there would only be a Eulerian path. Fleury's algorithm is used to determine whether the given graph is a type of Eulerian path or a Eulerian circuit, such that Fleury's algorithm utilizes every possible edges as routes towards other vertices and erasing the used edges as reference. It identifies the possible routes to the vertices by utilizing edges exactly once. Such example is below. First, we erase AB, BC, CD, DE, EF, FG, GH, HF, FD, DB, but there is no point of return to the origin, so we determine this as a Eulerian path. Eulerization is the process of making a Eulerian path into a Eulerian circuit. It adds edges to nodes with odd degree until a Eulerian circuit exists. The past example that we have is a type of Eulerian path. To make it a Eulerian circuit, we just add a bridge to the odd degree of vertices, such as point A and point B. So we bridge the point A and point B. Now we have every node with an even degree. Hence, we may now call it as a Eulerian circuit. Hamiltonian path. Hamiltonian path is a different type of path compared to Eulerian path. Hamiltonian path is a type of path that crosses a node only once. It is only considered a Hamiltonian circuit when the route's use returns to the origin. There are formulas for Hamiltonian circuits. There is a formula to determine the number of possible circuits within a Hamiltonian circuit. The formula is capital N equals to parenthesis small n minus 1 factorial parenthesis. Capital N is the number of circuits and small n is the number of vertices. Another formula is to determine the number of unique circuits. The formula is parenthesis n minus 1 factorial parenthesis over 2. There are several types of algorithm to find the most optimal route for Hamiltonian circuits. but the presentation will focus more on the brute force algorithm. Brute force algorithm use a weighted graph to determine the least amount of weight by listing down every possible Hamiltonian circuit from the graph and calculate every weight of the graph. The least weight would become the most optimal Hamiltonian circuit. An example, like the traveling salesman problem, may use this algorithm to determine the shortest route, or in the presentation's case, the least amount of vehicle in that route. Here's an example. Starting point is point A, and determine the route with the least amount of vehicles in it. From A to C, C to B, B to E, E to D, and D to A would only equal to 20 vehicles. That would be 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 would equal to 20. And the next most optimal route would be AD, DE to EB, B to C, and C to A would equal to 21 vehicles. It would be 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6 that equals to 21, making it the second most optimal route. Since brute force algorithm only accepts the most optimal route, then it is the first one, which is AC to CB to BE to ED to DA. Next is the application. Suppose a hypothetical company based on Taguig wants to ferry employees to their company. Employees are living in Pasay City, Manila City, Valenzuela City, Quezon City, and Pasig City. The goal is to find the route with least amount of vehicles to navigate away from the traffic. Using the Eulerian and Hamiltonian circuit, I use Fleury's algorithm to determine whether this graph is a Eulerian circuit or a Eulerian path. By making sure this is a Eulerian circuit, it makes sure every point will have more than one possible route. The application is based from Taguig, and finding the most optimal way is by using the Hamiltonian circuit and brute force algorithm. By using brute force algorithm, we will try to find the least amount of vehicles in a route to make sure that the shuttle service would not be delayed. So the fastest way would be from Taguig to Pasig to Quezon City to Pasay to Manila to Valenzuela and back to Taguig, with just a total of 32 vehicles in the route. The next fastest would be from Taguig, Pasay to Manila to Valenzuela to Quezon City to Pasig and back to Taguig with 36 vehicles, making it slower because there's more vehicles. The system may be efficient when connected to navigational providers such as Waze, Google Maps, and Garmin, as the system may exchange navigational data like GPS with them to be able to access current vehicular situation of the streets around the company. The system may be able to decide using the discussed mathematical methods. And if there's a chance that a road is closed along the way, by using the Eulerian circuit again, one can Eulerize from that point to find other roads to take. This in turn would be efficient for the company for time management and less expense. Hence, that this mathematical system would help the shuttle service of companies. Thank you for listening to this short presentation. I hope you enjoy and I hope you learn a lot. Thank you.